did yoga this morning for neck and shoulders.
Yeah.
And like I did lower back yesterday, dude, especially with all the back issues I've been having. And yoga helps a lot.
Oh, no, no, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. So we are live here from the Madhouse. We have a huge, huge bag in the Big O. I think we bagged 550 or 570. I have two bullets in this tournament. The first bullet I was stone cold sober, and then the second bullet I just said, if I'm gonna fucking fire two bullets in this goddamn tournament, Daddy's gonna play like he normally does. So I smoked a huge fat doobie in between my first bullet and the second bullet. Like members of the Madhouse from Alaska, shout out to Sean and Matthew, gave me some big two huge fatties, and I think I am in fourth. Yeah, is that what you said? I think fourth. I thought it was third, fourth. I keep hitting the chip update and it doesn't show me.
It changes. Oh, it stopped showing.
It stopped showing. Okay.
Last on there, you were in third, or I third is what I
So,
saw.
yeah, but we're pretty excited about that. So after my first bullet, I started drinking gin and tonics. Started smoking a big fat doob. You know, it reminded me of, for me to play really good poker, I have to be like in between here and here. Well, I thought I had 520K, but I know it was over 500K. So I'm pretty fucking excited about it. Here we have Charles, who normally does really good in tournaments. What did you play yesterday, and how late did you play till? Because I know you were on a bender.
I was on a 30-plus hour session, and I fired into the Big O, and somebody fired right at me.
Oh.
So that was the end of that. I did fire two bullets into it, but man, even on the second one, I tried. I just wasn't there. So fuck it. Oops. Sorry.
That's
for the
okay.
language, people.
Oh yeah, this channel is definitely not made for kids. So, but
Today we'll do the old flippy, whatever that 2-card game is, plus PLO.
yeah.
Along
So
with it.
$600 mix no limit hold'em PLO is what Charles is playing today. So we're gonna move on over to there's no one out. Oh, Paul's outside. But yeah, we're doing it up. My restarts at 1 o'clock. So I get to take my time this morning. Would you rather watch a tree grow, Mike? We don't appreciate those kind of comments, but Paul, how are you doing, good sir?
I'm very good.
Just living the best life in the Madhouse, right, baby?
Yeah. Preparing myself for the room today.
Yeah. What did you end up playing yesterday?
I ended up like soft bubbling the MGM bounty again.
Oh, yeah, that's a little frustrating.
Yesterday was 18th with 14 paid, and Thursday was 20th with 14 paid.
All right.
So it's time to make it to the money today.
You know, yeah, and Wayne did a lot of soft bubbling and min cashing, and it's like, I don't know, it's like one of those processes. Like the card gods just make you really want to work for it before they pay you out.
Yeah. But like honestly, I mean, maybe my final hand was like self-played, but maybe if I like saved some chips earlier, I would have been in that spot in the first place, and maybe would have cashed something. So yeah, definitely there's room to work on. But yeah.
What are you firing today? The mix?
The WSOP mix. Yeah,
Yes, the $600 WSOP mix. I think that has tremendous value, and I think for all of us who play PLO, I think it's huge positive. BV. I'll let you get back to swimming because you're getting blinded.
Oh.
So I'll let you get back to it. What do you do? How do you do a jury summons? I'm not really sure. I tried firing after playing 14 hours. I will not do that again. Yeah, you know, it's funny because even after I yesterday fired, I was in day 2 of the double board bomb pot, and let me tell you guys, and this is not the most attractive look, that's fair. I was in day 2 of the double board bomb pot, and I absolutely fucking punted. Like, just absolutely 100% punted. And I was stone cold sober then too. And so I wasn't playing my best poker apparently. But yeah, completely punted. Got free rolled on one board. I have nut full house on one board and basically nothing on the other. And the other guy has a straight on the other board. And he's got 3 5s and drawing 3 overs and just dinks them for 25 annies. And I felt so bad about it. But, you know, I got a story to tell you guys, which is really important. And I might have told it last night at 3 in the morning, but at 3 in the morning when I was giving a daily update, there's no one watching. So, after I fired my bullet in the Big O, I went outside and smoked a doob, and I ran into this lady that was having a really rough go at it. And I don't even know what her name is. She told me she's a new subscriber. And thank you, Rob. I hope I do run like a god, and I hope you run like a god as well, sir. But so I'm outside having this doob, and this lady is telling me she's just got divorced after 40 years, all this other stuff, and I could just tell she's just really having a struggle, you know. And she's not from Vegas, so she's an older lady. She's like, this Vegas stuff is for the young girls, blah, blah, blah. And I had a really good heart-to-heart with her about life. And at the end of the conversation, she was so touched. She was basically in tears. And she calls her son. And she's like, this PLO professor guy, wow. And I told her after we bonded, and I won't go into more detail than that, but I told her, I said, you know what, ma'am? I said, sometimes the card gods and karma in the universe act in mysterious ways. I said, for me to even have this conversation with you, I had to have punt in a tournament that I'm really good at, double board bomb pop. I had to fire into the Big O and then lose the first buy-in in another tournament that I feel that I'm really good at. And then I had to decide that I'm just going to come out here and smoke a big fat dude. I said, those 3 things had to happen. And I said, and you know what? At this moment, I don't mind any of those things. I don't mind that I busted out of the double board bomb pop on a day 2. But I said, I don't mind that I lost $1,500 on my first bullet on the Big O. I said, because I was meant to be here to have this conversation with you at this time. And I said, hopefully I've put out enough good karma in this world, especially with this meeting right here, that I'll run it up in the Big O. And I think the card gods rewarded me. I did play well. I was really fortunate in one situation. Sean Rice was sitting to my right, who I believe he's a bracelet winner, very, very good player, very formidable opponent. I think the blights were 600, 1200, or maybe they're like 3-5, but he pots it, or he 3-bets or something like that. But he puts enough where there's like 7K in the pot, and he has about 20, and I'm sitting there with about 50. And I have ace, queen, jack, 3-4 double suited, which, as all of you guys know if you watch my videos, it's a 3-3 hand. 3 cards to Broadway being ace, queen, jack, and 3 cards to a wheel being ace, 3-4, meaning you can get that in with against any hand, and you're going to have really good equity. Even against aces, you're still going to have good equity, okay? In a tournament, you don't want to get it in against aces, but because your chips are limited, there's some ICM implications and things like that. But in any case, ace, queen, jack, 3-4. So I decide to re-raise and pot. And then, because I'm figuring I can isolate 2 or 3 of the limpers, and next thing you know, we get it all in like 4 ways. And the flop was, I believe it was like deuce 5-9. So it was with 2 clubs. So I had nut clubs with a wheel. And then I river a club, or turn a low and then river a club, get nut and scoop. That was a huge pot. Able to eliminate 3 people at the same time. And then what was funny is we got like 3 new players and 2 people I eliminated at the same time, and like 1 or 2 hands later. So people were calling me, they weren't believing me. My most significant hand, this was right before that all-in hand, was I had ace 5 for a low, and I want to say it was like jacks and 7s. The board was like jack 7, deuce 3 queen. And, it was 10s and 7s, yeah. And so I ended up getting it all in by the river. Like I set up the bets at the perfect amount that if I hit perfectly, it would be hard for my opponent to fold. So yeah, we get it all in for like 8,600 on the river when the blinds I think were 300, 600. So quite a significant pot. That was right before that all in pot. Um, but yeah, I got called by A6 because the 3 came on the river, and the guy's like, I thought the 3 counterfeited your low. But that's part of being involved in a lot of pots. Would you rather play with a deck bait 2 that the floor could see every hand dealt, or play a fair game with hand shuffled and no cheating? Well, I've played with deck mates. I don't have any issues with them. I know you can plug like a USB in them and program them and all sorts of shit. But me personally, I don't have an issue with it. I don't have an issue with it being hand shuffled either. Um, you know, as long as it's fair. And here's the thing: we're at the WSOP, so everything here is pretty fair. I don't think anything's like set up or anything like that. Not like it was allegedly back in the when it first started, which is just a whole different story. But so yeah, that's our goal today. Is we have a huge Bodster stack at Big O, and we are going to see if we can not punt this fucking time, since I'm like top 5 in chips. 207 left. First place pays 295. And my first big tournament that I finished a day 2 on, that I closed out, was the Venetian 800. I think it was October of 21. And first on that was like 54K. I just got to close this one out, You got 63rd out of 1,000 in the Philly Live Casino. Kind of upset, so I feel it. Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is like, even if you make a deep run here, like, I didn't look at the payouts, but even if you get like 50th place, it's only like $5,000. I've got 2 bullets at this, so at least I'm profitable at this one so far. Where the double board Bob pot, I had 3 bullets cashed, even laddered up like 100 or 200 bucks, and then still ended up losing like 1,100. But that's okay. I'm really looking forward to crushing it. Yeah, your first day too. It's kind of funny because the more day 2 experiences you have, the better you become at day 2s. And the reason why is because you're wired from bagging. Like, I didn't get to go to bed till like 3:30 last night. I mean, I came home, I had to eat, had to smoke a doob to relax, But, I think the more day 2s you have, experiences of just like coming in. And here's one thing that's kind of cool about the WSOP app is, on the WSOP app, you could, like on day 2s, you can click on everybody on the table and look at their history. So it gives you their name, and you can see what stories they put up there as well. So anytime they've chatted on the WSOP app, it's kind of like its own version of X, which is cool. The WSOP app, dude, is like home fucking run. Let me tell you that right now. When it comes to how it was ran before, it is you when you win, you can just put the money on your WSOP account, and then you can just buy into tournaments right there. You don't even have to wait in line, bro. And then it tells you when you move from table to table where you're going. I mean, it's really good. The only issues I have is they have a computer right next to the dealer. When you're sitting in seat 2, depending on the way the angle is, when the dealer's pitching the cards, you can almost see a reflection of the card as they pitch it. That's a safety issue. Somebody should probably tell the WSOP that. I should probably inform them of that. I'm doing that now. I gotta let them know that they need like some kind of anti-glare or something like that. Does marijuana get the creative juices flowing per PLO, or do you not play high? Oh, I usually play high. Uh, yeah, I usually play stoned. If I'm playing a cash game, I'm definitely stoned. If I play a tournament, I'm usually not stoned. But yesterday, if you watch the stream from Venetian Poker Live in the PLO, where I said sometimes you just say fuck it. Yesterday, I was just in full fuck it mode. I was just like, fuck it. If I'm going to fucking fire 2 bullets in this goddamn tournament, I'm just going to drink and smoke and have a good time. And I tell you what, when I did that, it was like the poker gods were like, all right, Josh, you're in your fucking element, man. We're gonna keep throwing you favorable hands. You're gonna get involved in some big pots, and you're just gonna you're being rewarded. So I am so grateful. I am grateful to all my fans. I'm grateful for you guys watching. This is I'm truly grateful for all these experiences. It's called high low for a reason. Yeah, big O baby, 5 card high low. I mean, this is literally my favorite game. It's the game that I feel I have the most edge in. Bought your PLO 10 Commandments shirt for my pops Father's Day. Hope it gives him a good chuckle. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. That's I brought a box of 10 Commandments of Pot Limit Omaha t-shirts with me for everybody here at the Madhouse. And we've got their hoodies from the 2 Euros coming in. So yeah, this is gonna be. I think day 2. Like, I'm questioning right now. Is this my last doob of the day? Do I have a beverage or 2 while I'm there? I think so. I mean, I think I just play my game. Like, if I play my game and my reader, like my reader was on yesterday. Oh my god! Like, when I had that 2 pair hand, 10s and 7s with Ace 5 low, I read that perfectly. I said this guy's gonna call me light with a bad low. Even though I had Ace 5, I'm like, he's gonna call me with like 5-4 low or something like that, or 6-5 low, and he's only gonna have like 1 pair. Like, I just read it perfectly. I don't know. I'm sucking my own dick. I know. You keep it going, man. Let your subconscious mind do its job and entertain your conscious mind with drinks and good blood. I agree with you, bro. Hanak Poker, I completely agree. I think what got me here was in my zone, having a few drinks and smoking a doob. I think that's the way I got to keep it going. And honestly, I don't think anybody would rather have it any other way. I mean, that is totally Professor style. Like, let's win a bracelet while we're a little bit buzzed. Because I think I play better poker when I'm buzzed. I don't know if that means I have a problem, but yeah, I think I play better poker when I'm buzzed. I'm just gonna stay buzzed for today. I've made that decision. We are playing day 2, coming at you. These damn flies are driving my ass nuts. Day 2 coming at you from Professor style. We're gonna play this fucking tournament. Buzzed, bitches. It's absolutely correct. I know that there might be some people out there that wouldn't agree with this, and that's fair. I accept your opinion, and I think it's valid. Not even gonna argue with you on that. So, I just had one of my students ask me, is the Big O full of Nitty Pros, or is it splashy? That's a great question, John. I had Yuri to my right, and Yuri is a bracelet winner, and I asked him, I said, what'd you do, just bust out of this 10K 7 stud? And he goes, yeah. I think he won the Dealer's Choice 3K last year. So he's got a couple of bracelets. So the nice thing is you saw people like that, as well as like Bart Hansen in there, and you saw some good Big O pros in there. Nate Weisner was in there. So you get a good mix of people who you could tell were absolute new and didn't know exactly what they were doing, and a mix of people who are experienced pros. So just like every other WSOP bracelet event. So, but the first table I sat at, the old man was like shaking and shivering, and at first I thought it was like him being super excited in a hand. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this guy can't contain himself. Is this his first WSOP event? Blah blah blah. We were just under event, and the dude was shivering. Now I did offer him my hoodie. I said, sir, I said, I'm really good at regulating my body temperature with my mind. I see you're shivering. If you want, I'll loan you my hoodie. And he appreciated it, but he didn't take me up on it. I know it's kind of weird, but whatever. Dude was fucking freezing. Sounds more like a solution to a problem. Steve, I think you're right. Stay buzzed. You know, like you got to be in between here and here. You know, a little buzz, but not too buzzed. Like somewhere in the zone. I think that's what I need to do. I think you're right, Steve. It is a solution. And we're going to experiment with that fucking solution today.